Election Day is less than a week away. We'll tell you the 3 ways you can vote this election season.
Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are crisscrossing the country in this final week before the election. We'll talk with students in 2 of the swing states.
Voting in Los Angeles County just became mobile. We'll explain how the polls could be brought to you this election season.
Annenberg TV News is next.
Now, more than 50 million votes have already been cast in the 2024 election. Hi, I'm Makayla Idelburg.
And I'm Gaby Medina. Reporter Stephen Knobel is live next to a ballot box in the USC Village. Stephen, what are the different ways people can vote early in this election?
So there are 3 ways in which voters can vote early in this election. The first is you can vote in person. Go online, find your local polling station, cast it in person. The second is if you are in LA County and you registered in LA County, you can go and find one of these ballot boxes in Los Angeles. If you are not in LA County, do not use these ballot boxes like the one behind me here in the USC Village. If you're voting out of state or from a different county, you must mail that ballot at a post office. Now, some out-of-state voters have found it really easy to do these mail-in ballots, but others, they've encountered some roadblocks along the way.
For me, it was very easy, but I also did this like a month ago, so I did it before everybody else was doing it, if that makes sense.
So you have to actually apply to get a mail-in ballot, so that requires like filling out this form, reasoning like why and what address you want your ballot sent to. And then the only way to be able to like get that in is to mail it to them physically, so they have to receive it. Even you can email it and you can fax it, but even if you do that, you still have to send them the original.
Again, ballot boxes are only for LA County voters. Those around the USC area can find ballot boxes on Hoover at the USC Village and at the USC Health Science Conference Center on San Pablo Street. If you live near USC and you want to vote in person, then you can come to the Village. Starting on Saturday, there will be a polling station to vote early. That polling station will be open between 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. Reporting live from the USC Village for Annenberg Media, I'm Stephen Knobel.
Now, the latest on the race for the White House. Zain, it looks like Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are covering a lot of ground these days. What's going on?
Thank you, Gaby, and yes, that's right. Welcome to the conversation with me, your host, Zain Kahn, where we delve into all things politics. We're just under a week out from the historic presidential election, and candidates are making their final appeals to voters. Vice President Kamala Harris is holding a Get Out the Vote rally in Madison, Wisconsin, with featured performances from Gracie Abrams and Mumford & Sons. We spoke to students at the University of Wisconsin-Madison about the political climate and their thoughts about tonight's rally.
I don't really think it makes that big of an impact. I think any undecided voter isn't really one who's going to be passionate enough right now to go to one of these things.
I feel the vibe around campus. I mean, you can't leave your apartment or your building without seeing somebody campaigning or like passing by a stand. It's everywhere.
I think this final push is definitely making a difference. I have friends who are going that aren't particularly interested or educated about the current political situation.
Trump is also making his rounds. The former president was in the battleground state of North Carolina earlier today. Recent polls show he has a slight edge over Harris in the Tar Heel state.
Being from California, it's kind of like you always kind of know the results, and it's not as exciting, or there's just not as much like emphasis and importance. And I feel like I can really see that there's like an importance of people that need to vote, because it's like a huge uncertainty here in North Carolina. And I think that does motivate people to go out and vote more, and like it does like put more of like an emphasis on politics. And
both Harris and Trump are making their way through critical battleground states, with both to hold a rally in Nevada on Halloween. That's all I have for you now. Back to you at the desk. See you next week when America has voted, and get out to vote.
Thank you, Zain. Former California Republican Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger made it official. He's supporting Kamala Harris for president. In a tweet, Schwarzenegger said, quote, "Rejecting the results of an election is as un-American as it gets. Calling America trash a trash can for the world is so unpatriotic, it makes me furious. That's why this week I am voting for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz.
In other election news, the U.S. Supreme Court's conservative majority voted to allow the state of Virginia to purge hundreds of voters just days before the election. The state claims 1,600 registered voters may not be citizens. Voting and immigrant rights groups have condemned the court's decision as outrageous and disturbing. They argue Virginia's voter purge has also wrongfully affected eligible citizens. A Justice Department spokesperson said the Biden administration disagreed with the Supreme Court's ruling, and Virginia officials say citizens still have options.
If there was a mistake, then the person is granted 14 days to respond and say, no, I am a citizen. And if they fail to do that and they are removed from the voter rolls, you can still same day register and cast a ballot.
Now, Virginia is not considered a battleground state, but the Supreme Court decision fuels the former president's narrative of widespread non-citizen voting. And here in LA, mobile voting centers are making it easier for many Angelenos to cast their ballots and register to vote. 5 mobile voting trucks are making stops around LA County this week. The location includes veteran centers, homeless shelters, and hard-to-reach neighborhoods to make voting accessible to everyone.
Every single vote counts. So when we go to places, we've gone to senior centers where we had 101, 102-year-old individuals that were voting, and otherwise they essentially would have to vote by mail because they wouldn't be able to travel to any of their local vote centers.
Today, voters at the farmers market in the Fairfax district were able to skip the lines and fill out their ballot at this mobile voting center.
I wasn't planning to vote today, but I did want to vote early because I'm scared of the lines that will be on election day. Some people have really busy lives, or some people work 9 to 5s. It's hard for them to get out, and they got to rush home to children and stuff like that, so they don't have an hour, 10 minutes to wait to vote.
It's very important for me to vote, and next week I was planning on voting on November 5th, but I see I could do it here now. It's fantastic. Do it.
On Thursday, there will be a mobile voting pop-up at the USC Health Science campus, open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. To find out if a voting truck is coming to a location near you, you can find the schedule at lavote.gov.
LA City Council candidates Isabel Jurado and Kevin De Leon are vying to represent District 14. Jurado has made De Leon's leaked racist comments from 2 years ago an issue in the campaign. But now she's having to explain her own leaked comments about the police.
I was at a public meeting with college students who is actually a CD14 staffer who self-described themselves as an abolitionist punk. And in order to relate to students, which I think all teachers and also parents know, you try to meet them where they're at. And so I used the rap lyric to start off the conversation, but really led a conversation about a balanced and nuanced view about law enforcement in our communities.
De Leon faces a tough re-election bid after a 2022 scandal. In a leaked tape, he could be heard using racist and derogatory language. De Leon eventually apologized for his comments.
I failed to step up and shut down a conversation. The words that were incendiary, words that were painfully hurtful, and I didn't do that. And I'm so sorry for the city of LA for not stepping up and being the leader that they expect me to be.
Jurado's priorities include investing in youth programs and supporting publicly owned housing. De Leon promises to restore LAPD to 9,500 officers and supports single-family zoning. Jurado has the endorsement of traditional Democratic groups like the County Democratic Party and LA County Federation of Labor. De Leon has the backing of police and firefighter unions. For more political coverage, make sure to scan the QR code on your screen and tune into America's Choice, Annenberg Media's live streaming election special. That's next Tuesday, November 5th at 7:30 p.m. We'll be following the races here in California and across the country in what is sure to be one for the history books.
If you've been following baseball, tonight Dodger Nation is gearing up for what they hope will be a victory in the World Series. The game just got underway in Brooklyn. It's the second inning, and the score is Yankees 3, Dodgers 0. The Blue Crew won its first 2 games on home turf at Dodger Stadium. Then the team traveled to New York for games 3 and 4 against the Yankees, but tonight across LA, diehard fans are gathering to watch Game 5, and bars and restaurants are getting ready for what could be a wild scene.
It's wild. I don't take much of a breath for like 7 hours straight. I don't get to watch the game when I'm working. I don't have time. I can't look at anything for 30 seconds. It's crazy.
Actually, just got word that the score is now Yankees 4, Dodgers 0. So if there is a Game 6, it would be back in LA on Friday night. And just ahead, the celebration of Dia de los Muertos here in campus. And haunted houses are an iconic Halloween activity during spooky season, and we'll show you all the ghouls and ghosts. And it might be time to, quote, take off your mask this holiday season. Stay tuned to find out why.
Let me tell you how we amplify our Latina voices. Check out Dímelo. We have it all.
Deportes.
Entertainment. Noticias. ¿Qué tal? Soy Mariela Gómez y bienvenidos a Dime la Hora.
Radio and podcasting.
Comida y cultura. Digital social media.
¿A qué equipo le vas tú? LA Galaxy o LAFC? Dímelo is the only Latina-focused media outlet at USC. Dímelo. We have it all.
Dímelo. We have it all.
Next to my big friend, I love the big taste of chocolate in this little Hershey's kiss.
Hershey's Kisses, the little kiss with the big taste. This morning, Billy looked like any other boy, but as the moon rose, he turned into a werewolf. He used new Pa's Halloween makeup kits. His friends did too. Look, Mike's a vampire. Amy's a ghost. Pa's makeup is safer than masks. It never blocks vision, and it's hypoallergenic too. So watch your kids turn into the creatures they really are with new Pa's Halloween makeup kits.
Former Sheriff Jim McDonnell will soon be sworn in as the new LAPD police chief. The Public Safety Committee approved Mayor Karen Bass's nominee by a vote of 4-1. Councilmember Hugo Soto Martinez was the lone vote against McDonnell. Soto Martinez said he is concerned about McDonnell's actions on immigration. In the past, McDonnell allowed immigration and customs enforcement agents in county jails. In 2017, he also opposed a bill establishing a California as a sanctuary state. Mayor Bass says public safety is her top priority, and she believes McDonnell is the right person for the job. La Casa, a cultural center at USC, is celebrating Dia de los Muertos. The Resource Center for the Latinx community has set up an altar in its student union headquarters. Students set up traditional ofrendas for their loved ones who have passed, filling the space with flowers, pictures, and sugar skulls. This is a custom of Mexican culture to commemorate the spirit of the dead. Anyone can stop by the student union and place a photo until November 2nd.
Now, as Halloween gets closer and it's tomorrow, celebrations are in full swing. Hayes, can you tell us what's about this local South LA haunted house?
Well, thanks, Makayla. As spooky season is in full effect, we are at a haunted house just a few minutes away from campus. I am here live at the Red Castle, where Delusion is putting on an interactive haunted house. Delusion is an interactive haunted house produced by 13th Floor. The creators described this as a moving play where guests move through the venue as the haunting narrative unfolds as you walk through. Well, I could say if you are looking for a fun Halloween activity, the Red Castle just might be the thing to do. I'm going to hang here with my man, but back to you guys in the studio with more.
Thank you so much, Hayes. So happy to see you with your man. Speaking of Halloween, Makayla, what should we expect for tomorrow?
Thanks, Gaby and Hayes. Honestly, expect a chilly Halloween. It's been pretty chilly today, and let's see what those conditions are looking like with today's conditions. As you can see, today is sunny, but it is a little chilly, with the current conditions being at 72 degrees and a 34% humidity. Now, will that continue for the rest of the week? Let's see, especially for Halloween. So, Tomorrow it will be 75 degrees with a low of 60 degrees and still sunny, but honestly, I would say with your Halloween costumes, bring those jackets, bring those coats. That trend of 70s continues for Friday and Saturday, but actually, again, like last week, Sunday and Monday will bump it up again to those 80s and lows and 60s. I don't know about you guys, but since tomorrow will be cold, I'm wearing my costume next week. Back to you guys.
All right, well, we have a new segment today on ATVN. And right now we are going to shake things up for the segment that we are calling On the Radar. This week, we have Tyler, the Creator, and his new album. He got our attention with the release of his 7th studio album, Chromacopia. It dropped when you were probably asleep at 3 a.m. on Monday, but that was not the only unusual part of the rollout. Hours before the release, Tyler hosted a listening party at the Intuit Dome. Tickets were just $5 and they sold out within minutes.
So Gaby,
yes,
you were somewhere I wasn't on Sunday. Yeah, I didn't get those tickets. I don't think a lot of people I knew didn't get those tickets. How did you get those tickets?
Makayla, anyone who knows me knows I am a huge Tyler fan, so this is unsurprising but a little bit embarrassing. I woke up every hour on the hour and refreshed my computer to make sure I was at the front of that queue. So that's how I got them.
Right. See, I love Tyler. I don't know if I love him that much because I did get up after the tickets were already sold out, so it's fine. But you know, I wasn't there. Obviously, it was a listening party, but what was the vibe? What was the energy? Who did you see? There were celebrities, like.
There were celebrities. I did spot a couple of them. It's 17,000 of Tyler's biggest fans in one stadium listening to the album for the first time, and it was super special. Never going to experience something like that again, probably. He also talked about the album, which is about growing up, being an adult. He's, listening to his mom's advice, and it was super honest and cool to be there for that.
Yeah.
But, what do you think of the album? What are your favorite songs?
So I didn't get to see it live, obviously, but I did listen to it today. And honestly, my favorite song was You Thought I Was Dead. Mm-hmm. See, he has a lot of slower songs on the album, which is cool, which is great. I love those. But honestly, I like the more hard-hitting songs, the ones you can dance to, and also those features. Come on now.
Oh, those features were crazy. Right? I mean, Lil Wayne, Sexy Red, Glorilla, Doechii on the same song, on the same album, let alone, was really, really crazy. And I'm wondering if we'll hear a track like that again in the future.
Actually, hopefully, we can also beat the crowds for Tyler's World Tour and catch him live again here in Los Angeles at the Crypto.com Arena in February. We'll see you there.
Well, the Yankees avoided the sweep last night, but what's the word on Game 5 going on right now?
A crosstown Halloween showdown for women's volleyball.
And Lincoln Riley's Trojans are still looking for their first away win in the Big Ten.
That sounded like a wolf! And it's getting closer! Peekaboo! Count Chocula! Did you hear a wolf?
It was Wolfie, howling for the 2 new marshmallows in my Count Chocula cereal. The lovely chocolatey part of this complete breakfast.
2 new marshmallows?
Yes, the new full moon and chocolate wolf marshmallows make Count Chocula a howling delight.
For a limited time, you can try the full moon and chocolate wolf marshmallows inside new shiny boxes of Count Chocula.
Whoa, Millhouse, that frozen black cherry's turned your tongue black. My tongue's black, too.
Let me try. Let's have black tongue.
This Halloween, the Simpsons are at Burger King. Now in every big kid's meal, you can get a Simpsons spooky light up. They gleam, they scream, and you can collect all 15 at Burger King. Where else?
This Halloween, Blockbuster Video has a special treat for your whole family. You can take home any of these great Halloween classics for just $7.99. Or rent 2 movies and get them for $3.99. Now, if that's not a reason to scream, what is? Make it a Blockbuster.
Welcome back to ATVN Sports. I'm Ben Cohen.
And I'm Riley Sager. It wouldn't be an ATVN Sports Report without a Dodgers World Series update. Unfortunately, they are down to the Yankees right now, bottom of the 2nd inning. Yankees are up 4-0. Then, capitalizing on that momentum from yesterday, the Yankees, They were down 3-0 in the series. No team has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit, so obviously last night was a big win for them. What are you seeing tonight?
Well, the Dodgers bullpen's going to have to keep them in this game. And luckily, they didn't use their stronger arms last night. They planned for this, and then if they do have to go back to Game 6, they're going to have another day off tomorrow. So hopefully, for the offense to get involved, they're going to need that 1-2-3 punch. And to me, that's got to be the top three really ever between Shohei Ohtani, he's going to be the MVP, Mookie Betts, another superstar, leads the team in OPS. And then Freddie Freeman, it feels like every day he's hitting a home run.
He is, Ben, actually. I mean, if he isn't MVP worthy at this point, I don't know who is. Freeman made history Friday night as the first player to hit a walk-off grand slam in the World Series. The first baseman didn't stop there, though. Freeman's 2-run homer last night in Game 4 broke another World Series record, making him the first to ever hit home runs in 6 consecutive World Series games. We'll see what else Freeman and the Dodgers have up their sleeves tonight, and the next time we're at this desk, hopefully the Dodgers will be world champions.
Well, I guess I won't be needing this anymore then. It's time for our favorite segment, Battle of the Brands, where we zero in on an LA or a USC rivalry. And what could be better than the Battle of LA? Women's volleyball has a spooky rematch with UCLA tomorrow night at Pauley Pavilion. And what happened last time, you ask?
Pass by Batenhorst, back to Batenhorst, and the ball is down. Pass to kill for Batenhorst.
The Trojans won a 5-set thriller at Galen Center on October 13th. Still, it's not all great for 21st ranked USC. An otherwise impressive season for women's volleyball has been tainted by its 1-5 record against ranked opponents. The Trojans won just 2 total sets in those 5 defeats, and worse, they've lost 2 straight, the first time that's happened all season. USC was just a point away from sweeping unranked Michigan State, but for a great defensive play and impressive kill by the Spartans. The sequence sparked an unlikely comeback from Michigan State, who hadn't won a single game in conference play, came back to win in a reverse sweep. The Trojans then lost to third-ranked Penn State, both games at Galen Center, and the result, a 5-spot drop in the coaches' poll from 16 to 21. So tomorrow night won't just be a rivalry game for the Trojans, who desperately need to get back in the win column.
USC football is heading north this weekend to face off against the Washington Huskies. Both teams are currently 4-4, but Washington is coming off back-to-back losses against Iowa and Indiana. USC offense will need to prepare for a battle as Husky defense ranks number 6 in the country. Head coach Lincoln Riley discussed his preview thoughts on Trojans Live on Monday.
They're playing really well defensively right now, and number 1 pass defense in the country right now. So guys have come in and done a really nice job. They got a couple of very good players that are returners from last year's defense, and they brought in a lot of transfers, a lot of people from outside the program, and that unit's done a good job coming together. It's a good roster. It's a talented roster. It's a good group. They're very capable and a lot of ability on both sides of the ball.
Washington is dependent on its offensive performance. All 4 of their wins are a result of scoring at least 20 points, and all 4 losses come from scoring under that. To secure the victory, the Trojan defense will need to pin Washington to less than 3 touchdowns.
USC Women's Golf ended its fall season by earning a 3rd title earlier today at the East Lake Cup in Atlanta. After earning the number 1 seed on Monday, the Trojans beat UCLA 3-2 in yesterday's semifinal, thanks to a tie-breaking birdie by the freshman Kylie Chong. And today, the Trojans took on LSU, winning 3.5 to 1.5 to take home the hardware for USC. Well, that'll be all for USC Women's Golf until February, but don't worry, we'll be back next week. For ATVN Sports, I'm Ben Cohen.
And I'm Riley Sager. Makayla, what do you have next for us?
Thanks for having me, Ben. Now, tarot cards usually reveal a potential future. However, for this comedy troupe, they reveal a punchline.
Presenting sheer madness, Circuit City's Midnight Madness Sale. Wednesday only till midnight. Circuit City will go raving mad with shocking reductions on hundreds of items. Wednesday only, this Sony 19-inch color TV with remote control, just $397. Save on this JVC compact disc player, just $198. Circuit City's Midnight Madness Sale. Get there by midnight before the curtain falls.
What? There's something under the bed. I heard something. There's nothing under the bed. I heard something. See, look. It's just Fluffy. He got scared by a dumb cat. I wasn't scared.
I told you there was nothing under the bed.
Gosh, Burger Chef, it's Wolfburger the werewolf.
Where can I get delicious burgers? Where can I get fun food? Where, oh where?
At Burger Chef.
Where?
And now at participating Burger Chefs, you can buy fun meals that now come on Halloween magic meal trays. There's a magic trick in each fun meal. There are 10 different magic meal tricks you can collect.
Burger Chef, you're incredible.
You might expect to find jokes at a comedy club, but one up-and-coming venue in Santa Monica adds another layer: tarot card readings. Reporter Daniela Lake takes us inside Crow comedy.
Everyone loves a good laugh, and the Crow Comedy in Santa Monica is just one of many comedy clubs in Los Angeles. But the Crow has a show unlike many others in the comedy scene: tarot comedy. That is, combining tarot card readings from intuitive psychic Jovan Ia with comedic insight from Orion Levine.
I feel like I get to help people, and partnering with Orion, it's like helping people but entertaining them at the same time.
The show is called Read the Room. Audience members like Megan Shabona get called up on stage and ask a question about their lives.
So there's a worry here that you're going to wonder if you're this person's match. But I believe you are.
Tarot may be new to the comedy scene, but there's nothing new about these cards. Tarot cards were originally invented for card games back in the 15th century. With its roots in entertainment, it's no surprise audience members here enjoy seeing what's in the cards.
I think the combination of like wisdom with jokes is really great. And I think it's like an interesting way to like learn more about yourself. Because as you're like getting a reading, I feel like sometimes poking fun at something can give additional insights.
Stay away from Aquariuses.
Yeah. Does that mean anything to you? No. Yeah, be honest. Don't go to the aquarium, I think is what she's saying.
Comedian Orion Levine thinks it's a great addition to the world of comedy.
People are more personally connected to this show. They're coming up and they're asking something about their life, and the spotlight is on them, and we get to find out about these people in a much deeper way than we would at a normal show or even a normal tarot reading.
Maybe tarot was destined to meet comedy all along. For Annenberg Media, I'm Daniela Lake.
Ooh, the Crow. That's actually not a bad Halloween costume. I might do that.
Do you have one planned?
No, but spontaneous is better. I think. What are you gonna be?
Well, I have a few, but my favorite one that I'm going to be is Steve Lacy, who's one of my favorite artists. Don't ask how I'm going to pull it off. I have a plan.
That was my next question, but I guess not. Well.
Thank you so much for watching Annenberg TV News. From everyone at Annenberg Media, I'm Gaby Medina.
And I'm Makayla Idelburg. For more coverage, watch and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Annenberg Media. Thanks and good night. Happy Halloween.